It's crazy that we spoke specifically about this topic last night on Sunday Night Heat, myself and Ben Daniel. We asked the question got posed. Could the Indiana Fever win without Caitlin Clark on the floor? And we're going to have that answer now. Unfortunately, we're going to have that question answered now due to the fact that Caitlin Clark is out for a minimum of 2 weeks. Folks, when they say a minimum of 2 weeks, that means you can expect it to be closer to 4. Because what you don't want to have happen is you do not want this quad strain, as has been reported, to get worse and be continuously re-aggravated over and over and over again throughout the course of the season. Let's talk about this injury and what it means to the Indiana Fever, the WNBA, and everything in between. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Rudy's Rant, Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball, where we talk facts over feelings. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Showmont. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. Appreciate everyone once again jumping on board with Ben and I last night on Sunday Night Heat. We do it every Sunday, and yes, we will continue to run with it this Sunday and the Sunday after, and every Sunday, even if Caitlin Clark is not playing. Unfortunately, that is what sports is, and those are the deals and the tough breaks that you have to deal with. Believe me, this is depressing as can be. When we were live last night, because we didn't record, but when we were live last night, I had no idea that Caitlin Clark was injured. Ben had no idea that she was injured. You know when I found out that Caitlin Clark was injured? I am going to the beach with my wife and my kids today and my father-in-law for Memorial Day. And I don't go to the beach. So, of course, it would be today when this happens, where I'm going to the beach. I mean, I was literally driving to the beach and I see my stuff start hitting on my phone. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I see that Caitlin Clark is out for a minimum of 2 weeks. And I'm just sitting there like, you've got to be kidding me. To sit here and say I was just bummed out would be an understatement. This is the reality, and we all know what the reality is. 90% of us are Caitlin Clark fans. She could be playing in Antarctica, and we would be Caitlin Clark fans in Antarctica. She could be playing in Brazil, and we would watch that team in Brazil. She could play in any WNBA city in the league, and we would be a fan of that team because of Caitlin Clark. We can jump on here and jump on the bandwagon and say Indiana this, Indiana that, Indiana this, Indiana that. Hey, I like Indiana now because of Caitlin Clark. This is the one sport where I've ever followed an athlete and not a team. I don't have a team here. If I had a team in Miami, I'd be a Miami fan. I'd be a Caitlin Clark fan, but I'd be a Miami fan. So this is the reality. This is the hand that's been dealt. So what does this mean when you talk about Caitlin Clark being injured with a quad strain? And it's the same quad that was injured in the preseason, for which she missed a game in the preseason. Remember, she missed time because of a quad strain. Now, they're trying to tell you, the fans, because we were all born yesterday, that this has nothing to do with that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that's complete and utter bull shit. You want to know how I know it's bullshit? Because Stephanie White commented on the situation, and her response to a question gives it away. And I'm going to play that for you right now. So take a look at this this quote from Stephanie White. There's so many things when you hear about Caitlin and her not wanting to miss games. Sometimes great players don't tell you when they're hurting. I'm glad that she did. You want to hear it?
When you think about Caitlin and her not wanting
Here.
to miss games, obviously she's a competitor, wants to play. Obviously, everyone wants to watch her play. But for me, it's maintaining perspective, right? It's making sure that we address this in a way that doesn't affect long term. That we take care of it. Don't over push. Don't overexert. Making sure that we take the long game approach to this, so that we're not having lingering issues throughout the course of the season. And I'm glad that sometimes great players don't tell you when they're hurting. I'm glad that she did, because we need to nip this in the bud. There's
Folks, come on, man. Come on now. Come on now. You know that's bullshit. So when they say and they reported that this is not at all, has nothing to do with what happened in preseason, this just proved to you that that was a lie. So when people talk about lies in sports, folks, I'm telling you right now, people lie just because. They lie to save face. They lie for whatever reason. So when people say, "Oh well, Angel Reese has never said she hates Caitlin Clark," in fact, she says they're always so friendly, or Caitlin Clark's never said a negative word about Angel Reese. Like when someone gives the opinion of it looks like Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark, what benefit is it because she's never said that she does? What and someone says, "Oh well, she never said that, so why should I believe you?" Well, I'm not even saying you should believe me. I'm letting you decide with your own eyes and what you've seen happen. So when you sit here and say, "Oh well, she never said that," well, you don't have to say it. She's no. Where's the benefit for her to say it? There's no benefit. Just like I think Caitlin Clark dislikes Angel Reese a lot. I don't know. Maybe even hates her. I don't know. She doesn't have to say it. I can see the mannerisms. I can see, and she's never verbally said anything, but I can see it, and it wouldn't surprise me. Why wouldn't she? I mean, for a person who's been just nothing but nasty to her, why wouldn't she? So the reason I bring that up is to say, when you're sitting here telling me, "Oh, this had nothing to do with the preseason," well, she just told you that without telling you, it did, because Caitlin Clark said she was good. Caitlin Clark said she was good. So because Caitlin Clark said she was good, they just presumed she was good. They made a mistake. They should have held her out longer. She should not have played in the Iowa game in the preseason. She should not have played. She shouldn't have played in any preseason games. I get why she played in the Iowa preseason game. Completely get it. Completely get it. It's Iowa. I get it. But the next game, she had no need to play in. The game against Chicago to start the season, no need to play in it. The game against Atlanta, no need to play. You damn sure shouldn't. I mean, again, Caitlin Clark is the one who kind of asked to go back in the opener from what I read that the coach mentioned, assistant coach mentioned. Oh, she's one rebound from a triple double, all that stuff. Do I believe that the Indiana Fever thought she was okay? Yeah, because of what she told them. But Caitlin Clark's a savage, man. She's a competitor. She's never going to tell you that she's not good when she feels she's. It's going to take a lot for her to tell you that she's not good. And obviously, she is feeling something that would make her say, "Look, man, coach, my quad's fucked up." And so telling us that, oh, it had nothing to do with it, that's a lie. Because what happened was Caitlin Clark told you in the preseason, "I'm good, coach." Even though she probably wasn't 100% good, she may have been 80, 85% good. With strains in your legs, you do not want to send players back out at 85%, let alone someone who is your franchise. You do not want to do that. So what happens? She goes out there, she plays too much against Chicago, in fact. I mean, let's be real. Now that you know this, she should never have gone back into that game. And in fact, if you want to be real, she probably shouldn't have played 1 second of the fourth quarter. She's being played 35 minutes a game. And obviously, what's happened now is that something happened. She tweaked it, she moved the wrong way, and it spazzed on her. It went out. And she's like, oh, damn. And people say, well, she should have been, if she was good, if she was playing, she's good. Not necessarily, man. You can't assume that. You can't assume that. It might not. First off, painkillers, number one. Real athletes, pro athletes, they take painkillers. Whether she's getting a shot, which I don't think she's getting a shot, but she's probably taking Advil or Tylenol or something prior to games as a painkiller to numb it. Maybe it wasn't awful. Maybe it was like a dull situation, and now it's piercing and painful. So you have to understand how athletes work. I mean, I know plenty of athletes, pro athletes, Toradol shots. They get shots, man. They get shots to play. But Caitlin is your team, man. At the end of the day, if Caitlin Clark doesn't play, this is a 500 team at best. This is a 500 team at best without Caitlin Clark on that floor. She is critical to their success. I know yesterday I said, oh, they wouldn't win a game without her. Yeah, I'm talking about from a perspective of would you win a game without her on the floor right now if she missed a game or two or three or four? That's a question that's going to get answered right now. Thankfully for the Indiana Fever, they're not playing a gauntlet of a schedule coming up. They're not. They're playing Washington. I know Washington's playing decent, but it's still a bunch of rooks. It's still a bunch of rooks. And I would it's a good situation for Indiana to have to deal with playing Washington on Wednesday. It also gives them some practice time without Caitlin Clark. That's something they should be happy about because if they had to play today or tomorrow, like for example, they played Saturday. I'm shocked that there were no games today of WNBA games that were today. There's baseball games. There was an NBA freaking conference finals game between Oklahoma City and Minnesota. There was an NHL Eastern Conference Finals game. Why the hell did the WNBA not play on Memorial Day? That's crazy to me. But they play Washington, then they play Connecticut, then they play Washington again, then they play Chicago. Those 4 games, I mean, realistically, those games are winnable with or without her. But again, the question is, can they win? And you're going to find out. Yeah, my belief is based on what I've been watching. My belief has been based on what I've seen when she's not on that court. When she's not on that court, they look like they have no idea what they're doing. They look like they have no idea what they're doing, man. Sydney Colson, she's going to have to play 15, 20 minutes a game now. You're going to have a combination of point guards. You don't have a real point guard that you can trust. And this is an issue that you should be looking right at the management of the franchise and say, how the hell did you not pick up a real point guard? Or why did you let Erica Wheeler go? Erica Wheeler just busted a 21-point game literally the other day. She's actually signed with Seattle for less money than Sydney Colson signed with Indiana for, which makes it even more insane to me that they didn't keep Erica Wheeler when she went somewhere else for less money than Sydney Colson's making. So, yeah, they got some questions to answer, and this is a critical point in the season. 2 weeks is not even 2 weeks is the 7th. All right. Actually, 2 weeks is really the 10th. So that's at Atlanta. And then they got New York on the 14th, Connecticut on the 17th, Golden State on the 19th before playing in Vegas on the 22nd. Realistically, I could see Caitlin Clark not playing any game until Golden State or Vegas. I don't care about who you're playing when you come back on the floor. You come back on the floor when you're ready to play. None. This get yourself. I'm not with the get warmed up and play a lesser team thing. No, you come back when you're ready to play. You come back and play. That's it. But you have to make sure she's healthy. You cannot rush her back there. You cannot let her tell you how she feels. She told you how she felt in the preseason, and guess what? 2 weeks later, you're back in the same position. So what's happening is this thing could linger and linger and linger and be destructive to the season. You do not want to have that happen. You have to nip it in the bud now. And if that means you have her sitting 4 weeks, which is what I think they should probably do, have her sitting 4 weeks. Hell, I wouldn't be against them sitting her until they play Los Angeles on June 26th. You got to make sure she's healthy. This is a marathon, man. I know that's literally going to be 25% of the season, but you don't need to win 38 games to make the playoffs. You probably don't even need to win 25 games. You might need to win 25 games to make the playoffs in this league. So what would you rather have? A healthy Caitlin Clark and go into the playoffs as a 4 seed or a 5 seed, or have an injured Caitlin Clark all year and not and have this linger all season? I'd rather have a healthy Caitlin Clark. I'll tell you this: you're gonna need to see DeWanna Bonner show up. You're going to need that 15 points per game that she was giving them in Connecticut last year. You're going to need to see the 17 a game that Natasha Howard was giving every night in Dallas. You're going to need to see Kelsey Mitchell wake the fuck up and show up again like she was last year late in the second half of the season. And you absolutely need to get what you get from Kelsey, from Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hull. And absolutely, you need see Aaliyah Boston is obviously a vital component to this. But what people are forgetting is that a lot of Aaliyah Boston's success is predicated on Caitlin Clark. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't be shocked if Aaliyah Boston's numbers drop, because a lot of what Aaliyah Boston does is based on pick and roll from Caitlin Clark, set up from Caitlin Clark. It's not her catching the ball in the post, dribble. No, that shit's a disaster with her. When she's running the floor, pick and roll, that is when Leah Boston is most successful. And that's a Caitlin Clark effect. I hope she can continue to play well. But man, those pick and rolls, that ain't going to be there no more. That slip screen shit, that ain't going to be there over the next few games. It won't be there because they can't make those passes. Only Caitlin Clark knows how to zig those passes around, those pocket passes. The rest of them can't do it. So, Stephanie White, show us that you're a coach. Show us that you know what the hell you're doing. Because now you might be slow in pace. Now you might be playing a more methodical, conservative game. You're not running the ball up and down the floor. Guess what? We're going to find out if you know how to coach. We're going to find out real fast. Because if they look bad against Washington, it's going to be eye-opening. I'm hoping we don't see that. You gotta really hope that you're coming back when Caitlin Clark is back, that you're basically a 500 team. You gotta basically hope to be a 500 team. And that means they're gonna have to win some games without her. Can they do it? So what happens when you put so much of a team in one player's hands? When the team is, the team's success is based on one player. And that's the concern, because when you watch her not on the floor in these games that we've had so far, they have looked awful when she's not on the court. They look like they don't know what the hell they're doing. They look slow, confused, just bad. They look bad. No different than when they throw her off, when Stephanie has been throwing her off the ball, and they don't look right. They don't look right. This isn't men's basketball, folks. This isn't a men's game where you can lose, where the Boston Celtics can lose Jason Tatum and then go win a playoff game. Like this, that's not like when the Memphis Grizzlies had no John Morant and they were like 25-5 or something like that when he was out. Because the NBA players are so much more talented. There's so many more of them. There's so many more talented guys in the NBA that allows LeBron to set out a game and still the Lakers find a way to win a game. Or Steph Curry sit out a game and the Warriors find a way to win a game, or whatever the case may be. SGA may miss a game and Oklahoma City can still win. Anthony Edwards can miss a game and the T-Wolves can still win. You don't have that in the WNBA, man. You don't have that. If Asia Wilson doesn't play for the Las Vegas Aces, they're probably going to lose a lot of games. If Jonquel Jones doesn't play for the New York Liberty, they're probably going to lose a bunch of games. If Nafisa Collier doesn't play for the Minnesota Lynx, they're going to lose a lot of games. But I can tell you this: Caitlin Clark has more value to her team than all three of those women, probably combined. Then you also look at what it means for the league. So you look at what it is for the Indiana Fever. You look at what it means for the next 4 to 10 games possibly that she could potentially miss. And then you also look at what it means from a perspective of fan support. People turn the game off. Are people going to keep watching? Are people going to keep going? Because people bought tickets to watch Caitlin Clark. They didn't buy tickets to go watch, with all respect, they're not buying tickets to watch Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Dewana Bonner, Natasha Howard, Caitlin, Lexi Hull, Sophie Cunningham. They're not buying tickets to watch them. They're buying tickets to watch Caitlin Clark. I would fly to Indiana to watch a game to watch Caitlin Clark. Now I got to figure out if I can do that now, because we might not see her in a uniform till the end of June. So what do you do? What do you do? Are the TV ratings going to plummet? I can tell you right now, I've seen comments all over Twitter saying, I'll see you in a few weeks. I'll see you in a few weeks. Obviously, that's not the case for me. I need to watch this stuff because I have to be able to talk about it. But I can bet, I believe without a doubt in my mind that a lot of people that were watching are not going to watch. I can without a doubt believe that the tickets, folks, I'm looking at it right here, right now, right here. You can buy a ticket to a game at Indiana versus Connecticut on Friday, this Friday, for $9. $9. The third, Washington, $9. The tickets now in Chicago on June 7th have dropped to $17. People aren't going to go. Atlanta, they're playing at the Gateway Center. That's still at 116. If she can't play there, those tickets are going to plummet. New York, $35. That's a Game Bridge. Connecticut again, 13. Golden State 84, at Vegas 80, at Seattle 87, versus LA $21. The tickets are going to drop. The longer she can't play, the tickets are going to be giving them away now. I'm telling you right now, folks. If you didn't know what the Caitlin Clark effect truly was, you're going to find out in the next 2 to 4 weeks. In the next 2, I hope it's only 2 weeks. I know in my mind it's 4, because you can't let her decide when she feels okay. You have to decide as a franchise. You got to protect your franchise and ensure that she is definitely okay. And then you can't run her out there and play 38 minutes. Like, that's also another thing. Because strain quad, you're going to do it again and again and again. Like, she shouldn't even be on her feet for the next 10 days. She shouldn't even be, she better not be practicing. She better not be anything but therapy for at least 10 days. At least 10 days before she even picks up a basketball. You don't want her shooting a basketball. You don't want her doing shit. But what is this going to mean for the WNBA? We will find out. We will find out if those ratings on TV drop into the toilet. NBA TV on Wednesday, IM on Friday, NBA TV on the 3rd, CBS on the 7th, ESPN 3 on the 10th, ESPN ABC on the 14th. Let's see what happens. We will find out. And I can tell you this, I'm pretty sure of it, that there's going to be a massive drop in viewership on TV. And those buildings, wherever she's playing, they won't be full. They may sell out every game in the Game Bridge. They might already have sold them all the tickets out. They may have. I don't know. But there are going to be a lot of empty seats, folks. Their attendance will probably be in the 10,000 range, maybe 12. And that's just because of her presence. Just her sitting on the bench. I'm telling you, this sucks in so many different ways. But what I'll also say is this. If the WNBA doesn't recognize this, and the players in the league don't recognize what happens when ratings plummet over the next 2 weeks at least, when they drop because of her, because she's not there, I'm telling you this, the CBA, the collective bargaining agreement, that argument, they're losing leverage. The leverage is being lost. It's being lost if she can't play. And those ratings drop drastically, they're going to drop. We know they're going to drop. We know they're going to drop. But yeah, this sucks, man. I hope she gets well fast, but I don't want her to come back too fast. I want her to come back when she's healthy. I want her to come back when she's ready, because these next 5 to 10 games, they don't mean shit. Just as long as you, but they better win some of them. They better find a way to win some of them, because if they don't, you want to see an ultimate crash out from a fan base, you'll see it. That's all I got. You leave your thoughts in the comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. This is Rudy's Rant, Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball. Come on now.